better than easy. But I do not want you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning those who have fallen asleep, lest you sorrow as others who have no hope. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so God will bring with him those who sleep in Jesus. 1 Thessalonians 4, verses 13 and 14. If you listen to the lineup of TV preachers who fill the airwaves each day, you will hear a lot of what people refer to as prosperity gospel. Follow Jesus, they say, and life will become a lot easier. You can expect health, wealth, and a relatively trouble-free existence. It is a message that sells and brings in big bucks for those who preach it. There's just one really big problem. Most of the believers profiled in the New Testament, the ones who wrote the Bible, or accredited with it, did not live a trouble-free existence. You look at history, modern and ancient. Christians, followers of Jesus, do not have a trouble-free existence. Baptism doesn't automatically make things easier once you've been baptized. You can believe that when you're young, but you need to stop thinking that as an adult, if you ever thought that, but nevertheless. What we have been offered in Jesus is not an easy life. Jesus didn't have one while on this earth. He certainly didn't have an easy time in his ministry. Even a cursory glance through the life of Jesus himself should make that abundantly clear. Rather, what we have been offered is hope. As members of the first century Thessalonian church began to die, their friends naturally began to mourn each painful loss. A modern Christian might be tempted to tell the Thessalonians not to shed tears at a funeral. But Paul says no such thing. He does not tell them not to sorrow, but not to sorrow as others who have no hope. Jesus said himself, there's a time for sorrow. The emotions are real. They're felt. And he lived our experience. He gets it. But we have a hope. The Christian, for the time being, still lives in this world. Obviously, I'm talking and there's people watching. We live in this world. We don't have a carefree existence with no pain, no anxieties. We experience pain, suffering, loss, just like anyone else. Being a Christian doesn't put you free from that. The rain, Jesus reminds us, falls on the just and the unjust alike. If anything, believers sometimes have a greater burden to bear because we are reaping the natural consequences of living in a sinful world. And we also often have to shoulder the disdain heaped upon us by those who do not care for our beliefs. So yes, we sorrow. We live full, authentic human lives. We feel pain, as Jesus did. We know loneliness and rejection, as he did. We are often misunderstood, as Jesus was. We suffer, as Jesus suffered. But the quality of our sorrow is not like everybody else's, because we know that Jesus has conquered our greatest enemy. The grave will come for each one of us. But it will not hold us, because it could not hold the Savior. And we know that Jesus will come again to bring suffering to its permanent end. We have been given something far more valuable than an easy life.